Hello, hello, my crafty friends. It is Thursday. It has been actually a pretty fun week, all things considered. Been busy. Visitors, and Jeff took a trip down to see his mom, so I was kind of like it, which is always fun. It's fun to kind of have the whole bed to myself, you know. I feel like my screen is totally off. Going in to make it a little bit closer. Yeah, because I want that to be available. Anyway, so I hope your guys' week is going good. We have the virtual Craptastic is on Friday. I'm sorry, not tomorrow. Oh my goodness, my brain is like, boom, gone. Let me get this. Say hello when you join me. Just say good morning, but there's not a good morning here. It's just a hello. Grab your coffee, grab whatever it is you need. I just feel like it looks like it's straight, but it doesn't feel like it's straight. But I'm lining up to this, which may not be right. So I have two kits. Sitting here working on a new project coming soon for the February kit. I have these new gadgets that I'm super excited about. So they're not getting new. I mean, we all know what T-squares are. Let's see if they have it. But I have the Close to My Heart T-square. The ridge is on the wrong side of the... That's not going to make sense. So it makes me sad because in order to line it up, you put it down, you have to flip it over if you have it on an edge, and then these are backwards. And I feel like I hear an echo. There we go. That should take care of that. So I have been looking for a T-square that when you have the edge, it's on the bottom so that you can still see your numbers on the top. So it's the centimeters on top. So I will be playing with this, and I love that they're so brave here, and you can't see that. Well, they put all of these 16ths, eighths, and 3/8 and 1/4 inches. Isn't that sweet? Anyway. I'm not a big fan of using anything less than an eighth, to be honest with you. But with this all being said, now I have options for T-squares. I'd love to have one that was a little bit longer to do the full 12 inch or 24. I think. Does this do 18? This is 12. Oh, this says 14 inches. That's why it's... So... Hello, Miss Connie. So I'm going to play with these. Like I said, I'm totally excited, that I'll be able to line up and be able to read my numbers. Like that was the important thing, and have it be on that edge. And anyway, look at that cute little baby one. Add that to my little ruler collection over here. So we're going to play with our kits. Hello, Barbara. Hi, Pat. And I have my Adopt a Pet kit, which we actually did something. My sister did this with one of her friends. And then we have this Lots of Love kit. So I think I'll save this one. Good evening, good evening. This is the pet. Pets and Lots of Love. I've been really curious about this one. This one doesn't have any stamping, and so we'll play. And then this one is 3D. Do you guys have a preference? Hi, Leslie. No, it is not a new Stampin' Up! Item. It has been something I've been hunting for die for a while because I wanted one that actually had the lip on the bottom so that you could still read the ruler on the top. With Close to My Heart, you have to flip it over and your ruler is upside down. I don't particularly care for that. I wish it was the other way. Lots of love. So, die votes for cards. I can do cards. I can put away the pets. We'll do the pets next time. After I clear my desk off, because right now my desk is literally coated with pieces of paper making the Stamp of the Month kit, or the, see, I can't even get it straight. Amazon, my usual hunt. I'd have to tell you, because I'd have to go back and look, because it is a little bit challenging, I won't deny. Now, in the Lots of Love kit, and if anything is, we should have it lots of extra, but these are not just your dimensionals, these are actually strips. These strips are fantastic for making shaker cards and stuff, so I'm hoping that we have lots of extra. So how has everybody's week been? Mine's been nice, but it has been a little bit on the slow side. Well, not slow side, crazy side, with Steve here to visit. It was wonderful to see him. And then he and Jeff went down to see their mom. So on Monday and Wednesday, you guys know I had to cancel our get together. I love these laser cut, and you know, the guys, let me see, turn this light on. If you guys can see, there's a texture on these. No, you really can't see it, but it's not like flat paper. There's actually a really pretty texture. I just wanted to see, you really can't see the texture. That's a bummer. But you can see the fine cutting from that laser, which, I don't know why these are all mixed up, but let me get those straightened out. Put those back. I love this because I like window cards, and Close to My Heart had a bunch of dies previously. I don't know if you guys remember, they were circles and squares where you could cut it out and it put those circles and squares in there for you. And then you could put creatures poking their little heads out, or, you know, whatever. It was just, but it was really neat. And I'm going to pull out 3 of these envelopes. These envelopes are made of the same material or paper texture that is on these. So they're a cream, and they are lighter than the actual cards are, as far as color, not texture. The cards are their usual heaviness, which is great. It looks like there is 0 stamping in this. This is a $15 kit, so $15 kits seldom have any stamping. These are great kits if you have a bunco group or something like that want to get together and just make something for fun. All right, then we have our 3, just going to match up. And you can see how that goes on top. This is why you have the foam strips, because to get the dimension would be a lot. It goes to here. This one goes to there. And now we'll look at the instructions like I should, right? We'll leave those so that we can sort out what we need. Ooh, these are pretty. Love these colors. I'm going to say that this is probably Strawberry Slush and Pretty Peacock, Timid Tiger. Oh, Highlander or Highland, Strawberry Slush, Timid Tiger, Pretty Peacock, Fresh Freesia. The yellow is your Darling Duckling, and Basic Beige. There we go. Love. Hey Jennifer, how are you? Have I sent you any packages? No, I have not. I apologize. All right. So you have words in multiple language, and you know, I love when these are not like cut out around the words. Really pretty for what we're doing, but I like to use them. I have not sent anything. Oh, you can see the texture because the texture is really pretty. This can't be right. Hello, hello. Well, this one shows that I should have English ones. Let us check the box again. Maybe I left them in the box. If not, I must say that's really kind of on the strange side. I don't know. Well, I should have a set of these in here, so I'm not really sure where they went. Or, oh, nope, they're actually in here. I'm used to them all being English, all being, but I need a thanks a lot. So you are going to make 9 cards, so 3 of each design. So we don't need 2 of these. But I like it when they're like banners or that, and they're straight edge, so you can like reuse this. Hello isn't, yep. Yes. But now these, when you punch them out and try to figure out what you would stamp on the back side of it to use that, there isn't a lot that you could do. But if you have somebody who is, let's see, 1, 2, 3. If you have somebody who is able to speak another language, they might find those very fun and useful to do. Okay, and that one's going to be the thanks. Just going to sort these out right quick. Then I need my hello. Goes to here along with some of my little cute dots. And some of these are going to go to that card. All right. So let's put these together really quick. Put my directions right there. And I should do them in the correct order so that I can turn mine. All right. So what you're going to do is figure out which side is the side you want to use. The texture is more obvious on this side, so I'm going to use that. Grab these cute little strips. I'm telling you, I really hope there's a lot left. They're so generous on the dimensionals. I'm really hoping that they are. So what did everybody do this week? I want these for making shaker cards. You're going to put this down before you start adding your other pieces. And I'm going to actually pull out some other dimensionals. I think they were counting on you being able to use... Oh my goodness, you guys. Okay. What I do without you guys to help keep me on track. All right. I like to have that contrast. That's why I pulled this out. This was too close for me to see clearly. My eyes are getting old. All right, you guys are familiar with this problem. So we're going to have this cute little flowers. These colors really are pretty. This reminds me of Smoothie and this of Sunset. I don't know if any of you guys remember those colors from a long, long time ago. And a galaxy far, far away. No, kidding. Kidding on that. But you get the gist. Even Star Wars. Somebody asked what was the first movie I saw in the theater. I think it was actually Star Wars, the very first Star Wars. Dates myself. Okay. So they have it down here, and they have it like overlapping the card. So I'm actually going to put dimensional, like regular dimensionals, not little strip dimensionals. These are big ones. I need littles. Here we go. Underneath these, because I really want the dimension, and there's no reason to not utilize the dimension on this. And have it really stick up nicely. I'm trying to remember. I mean, we were not, going to a movie was an extreme luxury for my family. I grew up very, very poor. So saying that that was the first movie I saw in theater doesn't mean that you know, age-wise, I can't quite say to you, oh, well, I should have blah, blah, blah. I can't. I even think I had smaller ones than that. Maybe not. For some reason I thought I had some really itty-bitty, teeny-weeny dimensionals, because sometimes it looks like that's the smallest I have. So this one, I can't really use a dimensional under it because it's like seriously really tiny. So I can lug glue, actually. It's not the first. So guys, what was the first? Well, this will make an interesting topic. What was the first one that you saw, movie that you saw in the theater? Out of curiosity. Yeah, that should go down like this. So you kind of have some different texture because of the way these kind of pop up. I'm going to I should make sure I know which way those are going on. Where's my big flower? This is going to go over like this. And you have a flower or a leaf that's going to go like this. Yeah, see, I don't know why you would not put dimensionals behind this to have it do what they're showing it to do. Is that down? Because I really feel like those should be lifted. So I'm actually going to just kind of, I only put glue in the center, so I'm just kind of like curling the petals a little bit to make them have a little bit of dimension. Now I'm kind of on these are going to go down here, and the other ones are going to go up here. And they want them to go over to the edge of the card, but still kind of staying on that leaf. So it's creating some dimension and shade. I don't know if you guys saw my other post about using dimensionals to go over the top of like your ribbon and your twine so that it will lay flat. I think that's, again, making it go like that. Ah, here it is. See, hiding away from me. So if you want to join us, the link for registering for the crop is in the Crafty Friends group. It is not posted publicly. If you don't have it, message me and I'll get it to you. You can sign up for all of them for all year and then, you know, make the ones you can make. That looks so tedious. Okay, so maybe this is not the best way to do it, but it just, I don't know. I didn't like the idea of not using dimensionals behind them. And there you go. So you have to kind of think, okay, this is Linda doing this. And we know that Linda can be pretty that's pretty. Now, I do have to tell you that I wasn't sure. Yeah, see, I think, so they gave us some yellow dots to use because yellow is what you would have in the center. And I have been digging through my stash before I did this to try and find, oh, hey, guess what, folks? They did give us dimensionals. I just didn't open up the pack. Oh, Virtual Crop, you sign in through Zoom. You sit at your desk and you do the stuff that you need to get done at your house without having to go anywhere. But actually, it was a real saving grace in the spirit of, I don't know. So what I'll tell you about these is that they're not too bad, actually. I'm trying to see. But I feel like they have a lot more height than them. And you know, the post office and I just don't get along. And they keep sending stuff back to me. So I'm always trying to find ones that will work better for the cards that I'm doing that are lay flatter. And there we go. It's not as pretty, but you could take your darling duckling and I think this is the dark. Is this the dark? No, it's not the dark. So, you guys, I'm telling you, these alcohol markers are the best thing ever when it comes to like trying to make something. Now you cannot do this after the fact. You have to do this before because otherwise you'll get ink onto everything. But I know I'm going to need a few of these, so let's just get them a little on the yellow side. And then the alcohol will dry quickly. And then you'll be able to, look at that. And they're even a little more shiny, so they add a little special to it. Yep, so I give you, you sign up, you register, and then on Saturday, or yeah, Saturday morning, I send you a, hey, you signed up for this. But like I said, that doesn't mean you have to come to it. But it'll send you the actual link to get into it through the registration. It is noon to 9 your time, which is East Coast. For you guys on the East Coast. For those of you guys who are on the Pacific West Coast. I guess the West Coast, it would be 9 to 6. I'm going to do actually a course. It's kind of funny. I'm going to do a course here through Landmark. It's like a professional business course I'm going to do. And the times, East Coast times line up better for me than the West Coast times. So I'll actually be doing. The great thing about cropping from home is that you don't ever leave anything behind. You may find out you need something, but you don't ever leave anything behind. I don't know how many of you can relate to leaving something behind at home instead of having it in your stuff to be able to do. It's most annoying. I think the worst thing I ever did was go scrapbooking and then leave the pictures at home. That was not brilliant on my part. Yep, you sure do. We show each other stuff a lot. Most of the time, you know, people it's on their face. I have my desk showing all the time, Pat. And I mean, people will hold things up and say, hey, does this work? Does this not work? Which I have found to be absolutely invaluable. Yep. That's really nice. So I think Di comes to them, Leslie comes to them. Yeah, sometimes it's really chatty in the crop, and sometimes it's like really quiet. It's funny. You can tell when everybody's concentrating or gets lost in their creative process. It's very cute. Okay, these flowers definitely have a right side and a wrong side as far as lining them up to the shadows on the cards here. Just so you know. Now that I understand there's actually supposed to. You should, Pat, for sure. And some people come for an hour or two. Some people come from beginning to end. I always love it when y'all show up, because then when I get interrupted at my house, I can say, oh, but I'm working. I'm hosting this crop. People, you know, just turn off their screens and mute themselves when they're going to go to make a lunch. Now you need a bunch of little ones for this. Look at that. Oh. All right. So I really like, here's the non-yellow, and here's the ones that are yellow. And I think it makes a big difference to have added the color. These were a beige dot, and basic beige was part of the colors in the base of the card. Which, you know, kind of, I'm looking at the cards thinking they kind of have, oh boy, we use a lot of little ones on this one. So I think it makes a difference. I don't know if you guys can see the difference, but just using the marker, this is without it, and this is with the marker. Yeah. All right, so the last card, and then y'all will get one of these pretties to, well, not y'all, 3 of you will get one of these. And here we go again with our little strips. It definitely created a community that's actually been together now for a little bit. And some people, like I said, some people float in and out. And that, you know, well, I don't, because I'm the one hosting, but sometimes I have to leave early and I just leave somebody else in charge of the Zoom, because I can pass it off to other people and people can just stay and crop. And then when you guys leave, it just shuts down automatically. So, and I pay for the Zoom, so we get the whole day. All right, so this is really cute. I definitely want to do the kind of the match thing. My phone has been going a little crazy. So we're at almost at 4:30. So if you guys want to pick a number between, should do that on that. That's why I have that there. 1 and 30, closest to without going over. Let me see if I can find my little piece of paper. Here it is. Okay. So closest to without going over will be the winner chicken dinner on this. if you go into featured in the group, Pat, they're there. If you can't find them, send me a message and I will make sure that you have the links for them, okay? But yeah, it's, when we got stuck at home during COVID, it really became a thing. And then Jeff was like, you can't pay to go crop because you can crop with your friends online, which is true. But they don't do crops over here like on the East Coast. They don't. 14 from Miss Pat. Okay, this is... So the hardest thing in this is lining up over the top of the... I will tell you, it does help if you take off the sticky things. I tell you, some days, ladies... Oh, 7... No, not quite. Oh, 3 from... Okay. Somebody's skipping. Who's skipping? Barbara's skipping. This is a cute card kit, actually. And if you don't like the sentiments that come with it, I think that you could very easily take just about any kind of a sentiment and make it work for this kit. Okay, I see 3 numbers. I see Jennifer with 3, Pat with 14, and Leslie with 17. Any more players? If not, we won't even have to use numbers because you 3 will be the automatic winners. Now, interesting, they did not use, on this card in the sample, they don't use any of the embellishments. So slide this down. One's a little bit on the offside, sorry guys. All right, going once, going twice. All right, so Leslie, Pat, and Jennifer, it is you guys. I lost my Diane, it looks like. Can somebody put in the notes who the winners are? So we have, uh-oh, don't do that. Okay. So I'm going to, since I was silly and put, and then I will see you guys who are going to come crop with us on the Saturday, noon for my East Coast folks, and 9 for me and anybody else on this side. So 3 cards. Nobody got the numbers right. So Leslie and Pat, here, let me come over here and type this really quick. Please send me your... I love that I can type in your names. Oh, thank you so much, whoever did that for me. Oh, Leslie, thank you very, very much. So send me your address. Even if you think I have your address, send me your address in private messaging on Facebook, and then I will get these into the mail for you. Cute little things. Thank you guys, and I will see you on Monday or Saturday, depending on which one you show up for. Have a good day.